Hi there, welcome back. Most home labs run blind until something breaks. Uptime Kuma monitors everything. Proxmox Docker websites. It is self-hosted, lightweight, and gives instant alerts. This is reliable open source monitoring made simple. The instructions for this video can be found in our blog. Please have a look down below for the link. We like Uptime Kuma. It's not cluttered and very easy to use. This is what you will get. A quick view. I can see I've got a problem with one of my servers. Now let's get our hands dirty. So open up your Proxmox or your Docker server. So in our Proxmox server, this is our LXC container which is running Docker, and we have opened our console over here. We will now create a Kuma folder inside the stacks folder inside the OPT folder. And then open this folder. Now inside there we are going to create a Docker compose file. The name is compose.yaml, Y-A-M-L. So run this command, and now we will open our blog, and we will go to this section, create the compose file. We've run these commands, and here is the content of the file we need. Grab all of this and paste it in here. And then we save it, Control S, Control X. X as in X-ray. Now that we've done that, we want to run docker compose pull. This is the command you don't see in many of the other YouTube channels. What we will do is we will first pull down the images so that when we start it, it'll start quicker. It ran quicker because we already had the image, but in your case, it'll take a few seconds depending on your bandwidth. Now we will run docker compose up. We want to start the container in detached mode. -D. -D will start it in detached mode. Now that we've done that, we can go to our instructions and open the URL. So we've done that. In your case, it will be HTTP and then your server's IP address, port 3001. In our case, we have a link here. And now you're going to create the user. And if you go here and you go to settings and you look at appearance, you can switch between light mode and dark mode or auto mode. Let's leave it in dark mode. And now we go back to the dashboard, and it all begins with this button here. So let's start by monitoring one of our Docker containers, and that is Droppy. We have this container running. The easiest and the quickest is to put in the URL, to give it a friendly name, and save it. We will now do the same for Homelab. This is Homelab running in a Docker container. We will create a monitor for that. Let's call it Homelab. Put in the URL, This is the quick way of doing it. We will also monitor duplicati. Sometimes you have a container that's gone down. Now we are going to monitor C file. And this container is down, so we should pick up errors. It was successfully added, but the service is unavailable. It's red. And when we go back to the dashboard, you will see that we now have 1 down and 3 up. So this is a very quick way to see that everything is up or what is down. We are now going to monitor our Proxmox server. This is useful because when your certificate expires, you will get the state. So you can quickly see, even though if you look here, the server is running, but here you can see we got the error message to tell us our certificate has expired. So that is very useful for monitoring your servers. So when you add a new server to monitor, you've got a lot here that you can select. First of all, we can select what type of monitor we want to do. If it's HTTPS or TCP and port or ping, and there's even DNS. This gives you a lot of different types of connections that you can monitor. We can monitor the availability of a server with a ping. We can monitor the availability of a server by TCP, IP address and port. We can do a HTTP request. If it's a Docker container, we can use this setting here to monitor it. If it's a MQTT server, we can monitor queues, Kafka queues, Postgres database, Microsoft SQL Server. So you can even put a query in here that will run on the SQL Server. So not only are you testing that the server is available on the network, but by running a query, you can test that the server is actually up and running correctly. And then over here, we can set the heartbeat. Docker containers usually have a heartbeat, and you can set the time here to match that of the heartbeat of the Docker container. That means that after calling this server, you have so many seconds to get back a response. This is quite useful, and in some cases, we want to monitor servers in the cloud, and we have an Oracle Cloud server that we're going to monitor. So in that case, you may want to make this a bit longer. And this is our blog server. So let's copy the URL. And the name is Oracle Cloud Blog. We will call this our blog server in Oracle Cloud. And you can see it's working. So at a glance, we can quickly see what the status of our servers and our environment is. We would now like to show you something useful. We have a GitHub repository. We will provide a link down below to that. And in there we have our Docker stacks. We only publish working Docker containers here. There are tons of Docker containers out there and in GitHub, and a lot of them we were not able to get them to work with the minimum amount of effort. These here have all been tested and work very easily. So you're welcome to go here and find anything that you are interested in and download the Docker Compose file. So here is our Uptime Kuma, and in here is our Docker Compose file for that. which is what we used in our blog for our instructions for you to get the server to work. So you're welcome to come here and have a look at all our containers that we have provided for you. We trust you found this interesting. Please give us a like. Please subscribe to our channel, as 70% of our viewers are not subscribers. It costs you nothing to click the subscribe button, but it makes a very big difference to our channel. We have something special in this channel that we greet you in 6 languages. Cheers, dude! Baie dankie, tot ziens. Grazie ami, ciao. Jesus naderfe. Auf Wiedersehen, mein Freund. Namaste. Namaskar. Domo arigato, tomodachi, sayonara.